Hello and welcome. We've got ourselves a game of Dota 2. This is game 2 of a best of 3. We're probably only gonna see game 2, but just a heads up. Baguette will be on the dire side for this game. This is of course a French team, as you might know from the whole baguette thing. That's actually French for a baguette. I think it's the same word in English. It's bread. Stick bread in Dutch. That's literally translated. Yep. On the dire side, radiant side, we've got terrible damage. Well, that's of course formerly known as EIZO Cup. They have got a very strong lineup, and it's always very fun to watch them play. Though they are not doing their team name very much justice, because previous game they were not having terrible damage. They had insane damage, and they were able to wipe the floor with Baguette in the end and get themselves a GG out of that in the first game. So they are one game ahead in this best of 3. Baguette's looking to force out a third game. Let's see if they can. We've got ourselves a Bat Rider and an IO Band, Visage and Naga Siren as well. Lifestealer was the first picker for Baguette, who give away there for a Weaver and a Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon who was on Baguette in the previous game, so interesting to note that one. Normally not a hero that is picked up that fast, or at least not someone that we have seen picked up in the first picking phase in the previous games that we've seen. Actually, we have seen quite a few games today already. Lifestealer though, let's see what he's going to be accompanied with. We're going to see a Puck, so Baguette having themselves a Lifestealer bomb at their hands, although, you know, that's assuming that Puck will get his Blink Dagger at some point, because then he can blink and infest out. There will be a Silence, there will be a Dream Coil, and Lifestealer can just eat everybody up that he sees, which is going to be the goal. We're going to be seeing the Darkseer band out, as well as the OD. Baguette, they know how strong that OD can be. They used it in the previous game, together with the Shadow Demon having the double deny, very strong. And I'm actually hoping that that Weaver, by the way, is going to be played by Mag. He plays a very strong Weaver. So I'm hoping that we're going to see that. We're going to have a Templar Assassin band out. Of course, that's one that will be destroying Puck in the mid lane, as we saw in one of the games that we saw earlier today, but that's going to be something that Baguette does not want to have happen. And yeah, let's see what terrible damage is going to do, because for the first time they tick into their bonus time. Baguette, they need a lot of support still. They don't have any supports at the moment. They also still need an offlaner, as that's already the Darkseer's place, at least. That's why the Darkseer got banned out. Still a lot of offlaners in the pool though. Supports are probably easier to ban out, but then again, there's also still a lot of supports in the pools. Maybe they just want to remove one that they really do not want to face. Something like a Bane. Or maybe they want to remove something else, something that would hurt them if it goes into the jungle. I mean, we still have a Chen and Enchantress in the pool. Heroes that we've seen picked up fairly often as well, early today. They're taking their time though for the first time. Baguette, so far, I've only used 7 seconds into their bonus time. Not really needing that much. I mean, both lineups don't really say that much. I mean, we know that Puck probably going to be middle. And I guess Baguette's lineup says more about Baguette than the terrible damage lineup says about them. Because Weaver can be middle, off lane, or safe lane. In trial lanes or solo lanes, it's all possible. Shadow Demon can be roaming. In theory, it can be mid, I guess, but, you know, he's just a solid support. And he can be on a safe lane, dual support. He can be in a trial lane and be very dangerous. He's one of those supports that can just do anything. I mean, he can save you from an initiation that goes on you, just disrupt you, and you're safe, and you get yourself a chance to get away. Or disrupt your enemy so that they can't follow up on something. Or disrupt your enemy so that you can initiate on something. Of course, if you have a disruption and a soul catcher there, that Weaver, Tsukushi, kind of hurts. And the Chen actually gets removed as, one of the... I mean, I said so many heroes, or so many types of heroes, I guess. One of them was bound to be right, so Chen is going to be the one that gets removed from the pool. So Enchantress, though, should someone want to go for that one, but they go for the Clockwork, as we saw the Clockwork played in the previous game as well. Though... Though not on, it was on Baguette's side actually, so we already have 2 heroes on the side of terrible damage that were on Baguette in the previous game. Just like Mag saying, you know what? We can do better than you with the same lineup. Well, not exactly the same lineup, I mean the Weaver is there. Let's see what Baguette goes for though.
5 seconds remaining.
Thinking about it. By the way, terrible damage. Like I said before that gen pickup, like this is the first time they're ticking into their bonus time. They actually use almost all of their bonus time. They only have 10 seconds left. Baguette though, apparently now also a bit in doubt about what they're going to be picking up. Need still supports and need an offlaner. Question is, do they want to reveal what they're going to be doing straight away? They don't want to be picking up a secondary carry, go for an aggressive trial lane. And with a secondary carry, I mean, we still have an Alchemist or Shadow, or not Shadow Fiend, I mean the helicopter guy, the gyrocopter. Still have a lot in the pool that we often see picked or banned. Lifesteal are often picked up in a double core lineup. But it's not necessarily needed, to be fair. Lifesteal on itself is pretty strong, especially if you combine it up with some strong teamfight potential. If you have like the puck, like seen at your disposal. There goes the Razor again, though. Now they're forced to pick up another core, because if there's a Razor there, he's gonna steal all the attack damage from the Lifestealer, and if you then don't have a secondary source for damage, you're screwed. Nyx Assassin, strong support, could be also solo mid, but we're not going to expect that because Puck's going to be there. In theory though, I mean, it's all possible to put Puck on the offlane, Nyx Assassin mid, but let's not assume that for now. Nyx Assassin, also one of those supports that can be turning into a very annoying hero in the mid game, and with annoying I kind of mean not just can he gank by himself, but he also can gank with a Lifestealer. Just invest inside him, go gank on the Razor, and you should be able to get him down before he can actually static link you and get yourself or get all the damage away from you.
Reserve time.
So I like it, but they need another core. It's needed, mandatory. They can't not go for another core. Maybe even go for a lone druid. Just force the static link to be on the Baird so that Lifestealer can hit. I mean, Razor is a counter towards lone druid, don't get me wrong. But you know that one target is gonna be static linked. And you have to sacrifice something. And you're gonna sacrifice the bear? I mean, at least the bear can still get entangles. Just like Lifestealer would potentially be still able to get bashes, but you want to have one thing that actually does the damage. Sorry for cat sounds. Nature's Prophet is the first hero to be picked up by Baguette. I say first one for the last two. We're gonna see though if they're gonna be able to do something with that. Well, they are obviously gonna be able to do something with that, but we're gonna see what they pick up last. Because right now, I mean, Nature's Prophet could go into the jungle, he could go on the offlane. You're still gonna, with the Nature's Prophet there, you're gonna force your Razor to drain damage away from the Lifestealer until very late in the game. Like later on in the game, Nature's Prophet will be more of a semi-carry, but by that time, maybe terrible damage have already ended it. We know EIZO Cup, we know terrible damage. We know that they can be really strong early game. And if they're strong early game, they're gonna win it. Either they win fast or lose fast. It's normally the case for EIZO Cup. Very strong team. Very fun team to watch, in case I didn't say that yet. I think I did actually. We've got ourselves a Keeper of the Light band, so terrible damage, expecting a trial lane coming off from Baguette. We've got Le Shrek band as the last one for Baguette, but apparently terrible damage. There's no intention of using that. They actually go for the Invoker. I love that pickup.
10 seconds remaining.
It does mean that a Clockwork is probably going to be a support.
5 seconds.
And just put Razor on the safe lane. Or Weaver on the safe lane, depending. They can exchange roles. And Invoker in the mid lane. You can't really put Invoker anywhere else but mid lane, because he needs that experience. You can actually be in the safe lane farming as well. There goes the Crystal Main for Baguette, by the way. Let's see what they can do. Let's see! Bring on the Dota. I'm hoping it's going to be just as an active game as previous game that we jumped into halfway. And it's going to be a very big difference from the games that we saw earlier today. So let's just go over who's playing what for now. We have got Baguette on the dire side. We've got Rose playing the Crystal Main. We've got Voya playing the Nyx Assassin, Marsu on the Nature's Prophet this game, Slave on the Lifestealer, and Pazto playing the Puck. So that's everybody. They got themselves a normal green Smeevil. 51 games viewed. Awesome. We jump ourselves over to terrible damage. And of course, terrible damage, I will say it again, formerly known as EIZO Cup, has got Mag. Normally, the hero or the player that plays on the off lane, he'll be playing the Invoker this game. In the bottom lane, we have Jackal, Jackal's Weaver, Sick Weaver, I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it in the qualifiers for the international. We've seen it afterwards. We've seen it at Star Ladder. This is scary, especially if he gets the time to farm, which in this game it looks like he is gonna get the time to farm. This is, yeah, be wary of that one. We've got We Just Zig playing the Shadow Demon, always want to fly on the Clockwork, and that will leave Tamer Wild once again playing the Razor. This time though he's not going to be on the mid lane. This time he's going to be on the off lane, on the tri lane, aggressive tri lane that is, and they will probably be up against a safe dual lane, a safe tri lane rather, with Nyx Assassin, Crystal Main, and Lifestealer. This safe dual lane is actually not that safe. I mean, okay, you've got an Impale, you've got a Nova, slows everybody down. It's pretty strong regardless. You've got a Rage to get away as well. But they're all kind of squishy. And I'm thinking one cogs can actually, like, if you're out of position, you can't really run if you're a Crystal Main because you're too slow. Nyx Assassin you might be able to run, Lifestealer you might be able to run, but still the cogs, if you're stuck in there, you're dead. Doesn't matter who you are, even if you are in cogs. Especially if there's gonna be a static link there. I like the lineup. I think it's scary for Baguette though. So we have got still a pause. The pause comes off from Baguette. Now they're ready. So that means that we will have ourselves a game real soon. And when I say real soon, I mean like right about now. Here we go. Let's see what kind of movements we're gonna have at the start of the game. We might be seeing an early first blood. If Always Wanna Fly is gonna show himself, and just by being just himself, like nobody else, they might be able to fool Baguette into thinking that he is gonna be on the off. Never mind. Hello, Treant.
30 seconds to battle.
They've shown everybody, so that means that they know that. Oh, and he actually disappeared before they get the experience. That's a shame. Well, now they know that there's 3 people on the tri lane. Let's see how this tri lane will fare. I mean, maybe they won't die, but they won't be getting that much farm with the ranged heroes that they have. 2 melee and 1 ranged. 1 ranged that is actually pretty slow as well. Up against 2 ranged, 1 melee that actually has that flare that he can harass with. It's pretty scary. Mag in the mid lane, we're gonna keep an eye on him because I actually like seeing him playing Invoker. Can't remember the last time that I saw him play Invoker.
The shuttle flies.
And we know that Mag is gonna be scary. I don't know what he means. Power cogs first. There goes the static link. Lifestealer. Just harassed away. And I mean, sometimes you have a Bane on a trail lane and a Bane just makes sure that you can't, you know, don't have any damage to tech, but static link works just the same. Just be making it even tougher for Slave to last hit. And I mean, he doesn't have a Quellion Blade or something, but he might be thinking about getting one if this is gonna continue. He did pick up Rage first, so that's very safe. We've got We Just Zig coming in from the side. He realizes where everybody is though, so he keeps himself safe. In the meantime, we keep an eye on this middle lane. Mag sitting on 4 to 1, while Pazdo sitting on 2 to 3. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Jackal 5 to 0, Marsu 2 to 2. So far, TTD getting ahead in the 2 solo lanes, and on the tri lane, they're getting ahead as well, but not by that much. I mean, Lifestealer only got 1 last hit, Team Wild only got 3. But with the lane completely pushed out right now towards the side of the Radiant, that's going to be a bit troublesome for Baguette. They have to leave the sanctuary of their tower, meaning that the possibility for ganks or for kills on the side of TTD is very big. Well, Nyx Assassin gonna try to make sure that he can at least pull and stack. He did clear out the camp or the ward. We just think they saw it though. And they also saw We Just Zig. They know that he's there. They have to keep an eye on the positioning. The positioning is key in a trail lane like this. Invisibility rune picked up by Always Wanna Fly. There's no wards there, by the way, for Baguette, so they didn't see it, but he does walk right past the sentry ward, and he knows that there's a sentry ward there as well. In comes the Impale. There's gonna be a Nova as well, just slowing him down, but the cogs will be there to just get him home safe. Jackal, 13 to 5. I'm just gonna come back here just once or twice just to see how he's doing, but he should be doing better than the Nature's Prophet regardless. Question is if he is able to kill off the Nature's Prophet. That's the deal. Like, can he kill him or not? He's winning the lane regardless. Mag, 12 for 7, like a nice amount of the nice elf. Sorry, 8 for 4 on the side of Pasto. We're still jumping back to that top lane though, because that's still where I'm expecting the action to happen. Still where I'm expecting the first blood. And as soon as the first kill hits, I'm expecting the gates of hell to be opened and people killing each other all over the place. At least that's my hope. Because that's what we were aiming to see. That's what I was aiming to see. When I see a EIZO Cup play or TTD play, I know that we're in for aggression. Question is, will Baguette allow it? I mean, they just need to hang on until their levels are up, until their farm is up, until their lifestealer can start contributing, until their puck can start leading the way, maybe. Oh, static link, disruption is there also, draining a bit of extra damage there. But it's just harassment for now. I mean, there's not even a clockwork there, he's just shooting flares. Not sure why, but he missed the camp. Open wounds. Up on Tame Wild. He doesn't have a static link. Here comes the cogs. Locks in 2. Sunstrike as well. Up on 2. Maybe we see the Crystal Maiden go down. One more hit. There we go. First blood for Ouija Zik. Looking for a second kill. Looking for Voya. He does have a Spike Carapace. There is going to be more damage though. Disruption coming out as well. Can they take him down is the question. Yes, they can. One more hit needed. 28 HP. That's a kill. Double kill for Ouija Zik. Always want to fly. Gets himself cogs. In comes the Nature's Prophet. Gets himself a kill. Clockwork and Shadow Demon end up going down for that, but that is nice amount of kills. Razor still died as well though. Lifestealer was able to pick up that kill by himself, but the first blood goes the way of TTD and they get a second kill as well. Yes, they lose their entire aggressive trialing, fair enough, but it is indeed the gates being opened. Raise there a way to get that extra movement speed to get away from Tame Wild who now has boots. No boots yet on the lifestealer, and that's going to be trouble for him because that means you can't really run away from that static link anymore. But 3 to 2 with the first blood going the way of TTD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a fairly even trade, I guess, but they did use the Nature's Prophet to come in to help, having him TP in, and he did get actually assists. He got assists for everything. He just came in, started hitting stuff, killed stuff. Works fine. Mag in the meantime, 24 to 12. Pasto, 17 to 6. It's not getting behind that much. But slowly but steadily, I mean, Invoker is getting ahead. Mag doing really solid here, and he is going for an extra quest build. He's gonna be finding himself ganked if he's not careful, but Nyx Assassin already backs off. Maybe tries to go in from the side, up on the rest of TTD. He would walk past the ward though. And he is visible. Regen rune spawns. Will be going the way of the puck.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do it with flair.
Flare is constantly trying to kill off some of the creeps. In the meantime, Jackal, 36 to 13. I mean, he got left alone. Nature's Prophet went into the jungle. He's doing really well. I mean, despite having 3 of his teammates killed, he's highest up on the last hits, and his two teammates that are also supposed to be farming, so Mag as well as Tame Wild, are second highest and third highest. So doing really well on the side of terrible damage. Once again, not looking to do their name very much justice. Mag now having a Hand of Midas complete. This is a very interesting Invoker build. Let's see what they're happening here on top lane. In comes the open wounds. Disruption will be there though, giving We Just Dig a chance to run, but he opens up on Tame Wild instead. Look at the damage. Tries to run, is able to do so. Always want to fly, might be giving his life for this one. In comes the cogs, is able to run, and actually there comes the Shadow Demon still taking down a Nyx Assassin. In comes Marsu. There goes the Clockwork. So a 1-for-1 trade for now. Support for support. Crystal Maiden kill versus the Shadow Demon kill. So even trade there, but maybe Tame Wild opens up again. Disruption comes in again. Static Link there. Frostbite there as well. Tame Wild gonna try to turn around. One more hit needed on the Crystal Maiden. She uses stick charges, keeps herself up. Another hit needed. Can he get it? In comes another Rage. That's gonna be the damage almost gone. And a salve up for Rose. We just zig though. One more hit. Boom. He's dead. Killing spree for the Crystal Maiden. And Tame Wild running for his life. In comes Jackal. Hey Jackal, welcome to the top lane. Get yourself a killing spree gold for free. Maybe get yourself another kill, but no, Infest is there. Lifestealer will be safe. And this guy was looking for Pasta was looking for Razor to come in, but the TP comes. They saw them moving around, so safe choice. This Puck though. I mean, sure, he's not doing that bad. He's gonna get himself some treads, which is nice. And he's being left alone a little bit. As Invoker is trying to take something in the jungle. He has to use his Hand of Midas. That's why he's here. And Hand of Midas, for him, it's not as much the gold that he gets from it. It's more the experience. Because the reason why Invoker is placed solo mid normally is because he needs that experience to get his levels fast, to get his spells more powerful faster. So that's his thing, right? Wait a second, we're gonna watch Jackal because he's looking to take down the Nyx Assassin. One more hit needed. In comes a TP, in comes a Sprout, time lapse away, and that's not gonna be a Nyx Assassin dead. Jackal doesn't get a kill. But Invoker, back to Invoker. So he has a Hand of Midas to get himself extra experience. Basically that was the entirety of the story. Get himself those extra skills even faster. And look at the level difference. He's level 9, highest level in the game. And Puck is of course the one behind him, but he's almost a full level behind. And it's gonna be getting worse. I mean worse for the Puck. Better of course for Mag on his Invoker. Higher levels. Static Link, trying to keep up. Slave has got face boots though. If you're up against a Razor, you're kind of forced to go for face boots if you're a lifestealer, because you need to be fast enough to get rid of that Static Link. Dream Coil, they want to go for Mag. Cold Snap up on the Nyx Assassin. Mag might actually be able to do something here. Nope, he goes down. Never mind that. Nobody comes in time from his team to help him out. No TPs. We did have Always Want to Fly moving his way, but he's too late. I mean, he's only level 4. Couldn't really do that much anyway. Maybe they can take down a Crystal Maiden, but at least they can take some of her farm. It's nice enough. In comes also Ouija Zik. I mean, this aggressive trail lane, even though they are able to get some kills, is not really that big of a win. I mean, Lifestealer, yes, he's been shut down. He's only got 20 lasses, but he hasn't died yet. He's got himself face boots. And he's even got a kill. He's not doing that bad considering he's up against an aggressive trail lane. Of course, terrible damage. Didn't really need it to win that aggressive trail lane because they've got Jackal free farming here. They just needed to hold that Lifestealer in check. So I guess in that case, mission accomplished. We actually have Always Want to Fly rotating mid to try and get some extra levels here, while Invoker is once again farming the jungle for those extra big creeps. And he needs to clear out the entire camp, otherwise there's not going to be big creeps for him to take. And he can jungle with that Forge Spirit, working out just okay. And Always Want to Fly, he does need a level 6, so he's just giving his teammates some extra levels right now. With the gold graph still in favor of terrible damage, 2k in their favor. With the experience graph dropping down to 0, in comes the Dream Coil, Always Want to Fly. In some trouble, will be going down. No, we'll be put under by Ouija Zik. In comes this. That's a weird Sunstrike. Hello, Voya. Double kill for you with your Impale. But Puck does go down, and he dies before the 2 supports go down. It's not even that bad of a trade, considering. But still, this Nyx Assassin is one happy Nyx Assassin right now. He's got himself level 8. He's got 3 kills all of a sudden. He's rich. Almost got himself some mana boots. Looking solid. Looking solid indeed. Tame Wild in the meantime. After phase boots, he's not able to get that much anymore on the top lane, purely because, well, his supports have abandoned him, basically. Oh, in comes a Frostbite. Static Link already broken. Tame Wild, he dies. Infest out with the last hit. In comes a TP. Ouija Zik, not able to save his teammate. Always Want to Fly coming in as well, just taking the experience that's flowing towards them right now. He now is level
Radiant's
6, Weaver.
middle tower
Might
is
be looking
under
to do
attack.
something, but he finds himself in the hands of a Nyx assassin. Thinking about still going for it. Can't really do that though. Oh, I think they scouted him out. There goes the Shikushi. They don't have any detection, so they can't take him down. Something that you would expect to have is if you're trying to take down an Weaver. Some form of detection is needed. Shadow Demon, he's got 3 sentry wards. Just because he knows that Nyx assassin is gonna look for ganks. It's my choice. Level 7 on the Crystal Maiden. Higher level than the carry of terrible damage, or one of the carries in the Razor, that is. Settling. Every little bit helps. 42 damage. I mean, it's not amazing, but it does cut down Puck's damage to half, you know. Every bit helps, like I said. 3 people here. Tama Wild, he desperately needs some extra farm and experience, so that's why he's hanging around mid right now. With Invoker, not able to do that much just yet. He gets himself a smoke. Can't really move anywhere though. Who's he gonna solo kill? Crystal Maiden would be one that he would be able to take, but she is actually not even that sad. Considering she's got boots, she's got tango, she even got a magic wand rather than a magic stick, which is a pretty decent deal for Crystal Maiden at level minute 13. But yeah, the wrong side on the map for Mag to take down. Mag is just gonna continue farming. With those 4 spirits, I should say, because there are 2 now. Oh, Jackal picks up a haste rune and comes in Impale. We just Zik, gets frostbitten, already goes down. And comes a Dream Coil, hookshot in. Jackal looking for the time lapse. He can't get it just in time. Looks for now for the Crystal Maiden. Still has that haste rune. Crystal Maiden uses 6 charges. Nature Prophet already goes down. Jackal still gets a kill though. In comes the Invoker with the slow voyage. Is he gonna go down? Yes, he is. Double kill for Mag. Tries to run, tries to TP out, but they can't stop him from TPing. Jackal now walks through. Still with the haste rune. They can't catch him. They know they can't. They back off. It's 3-1. And I say it's 3-1. Shadow Demon, of course, still went down as the first one. So 3-2, but still, nonetheless, trade in favor. Oh, wow, that was close. Trade in favor of terrible damage. Mag coming out of the jungle, being a bit of a surprise to Baguette. Doing a lot with those 4 spirits. You cannot underestimate those 4 spirits. Minus armor. They hit you long enough. Tama Wild escaping a gank there from the scary Crystal Maiden. Looks like they are trying to push the top lane though, but at least they're also trying to push the mid lane. Razor pauses. Well, that is a shame, isn't it? Clock lag. Well, that's not good, because he was about to gank Puck. Puck, who is completely out of mana, by the way. Ah, disconnects. He was already on his way out, so that's why. But there's gonna be a hook shot. Should not be too hard, considering he's Demonic Purge. He's super slow right now. There's no phase shift for another 2 seconds, so this is always gonna fly. Hooking in on the Puck. Puck can't orb himself out. Phase shift might delay the execution, but I think it will be an execution nonetheless, especially with those 4 spears right there. And Mag having, well, an Invoke open. I guess Cold Snap will be there just very soon. Tama Wild in the meantime. Well, he is not gonna die, but his tower looks to be going down at least. There's nothing much that he can do. I mean, he can Plasma Field once or twice, trying to pull the creep wave behind the tower. But his tower is gonna take a beating nonetheless. Invoker almost having his 4 staff ready, just needs about 75 gold. 77 gold, I know. Who's TPing bottom? Weaver. Weaver's gonna TP bottom. Gonna take over the bottom lane. Slave is gonna be forced back by that. I mean, there's a level 11 Weaver versus a level 9 Lifestealer, of course. You know, it's not really that big of a deal for Slave, but if he gets harassed enough, I mean, he can't really do that much here. Maybe he can continue farming a little bit longer, I guess. That wouldn't be too bad. Puck. Oh, this is actually a pretty big deal. I just said that Puck would probably die. he is close to his Blink Dagger. He's gonna be set back for a minute or two. That's a pretty big deal. At this point, Baguette needs that Blink Dagger up on the puck. Because he's the one that's buying time for the rest of the team to farm up more. And right now, that's something that they need. Even though the gold graph is not that much in favor of terrible damages yet. I mean, still 2k. Experience graph, also still not that much. I mean, we do have 2 kills in favor of Baguette, of course. Terrible damage, being higher on experience though, but that's just lane distribution. Just their lanes going better than the lanes of terrible damage, and of course that Weaver just free farming bottom. But at the rate this is going, that Weaver is going to be bigger before Lifestealer is getting bigger. I mean, Weaver's farm right now is already 1k higher than that of the Lifestealer. And that's a lot. I'm not even talking about Invoker yet. I mean, yeah, his farm is higher. His level, though. His level is also higher. His level is what we're worried about. His level is what Baguette is worried about. Level 12. Puck is level 10. So there's a 2-level difference between the two players that were up against each other. And this pause is taking a long time. I'm gonna drink some water. Well, aren't we excited? We shall be excited. Actually, considering we watched the last end of the previous game, like we only watched, of course, from minute 7 or 8 or something, and it felt like it was already decided by that time. This game is a lot more even than the previous game. Wow, that fountain started to get on my nerves. Look, we hear the quiet sounds of birds while Pasto is waiting for pending doom. You can listen to birds. It's very peaceful. You know, I turned off zooming things. Now I can't zoom anymore. You mean you hear me zooming? This is my mouse scroll thing. I can't use it. How good is that? No more zooms by accident, which I used to do quite a lot. But I also can't zoom into couriers or something. Which, by the way, this game are kinda sad. I mean, yeah, there's a sheep. Bleh. There's a Smeevil, we all know that one. Now, if someone would have a unicorn shitting rainbows, now then I would have wanted to zoom in, but nope. No unicorn in this game. No unicorn in this game. Still don't have a reconnect. We've got a sad face and a question mark coming off from Rose. Of course, I mean, this is CEST times, and these Baguette and actually also TTD, they're European teams. And it's, well, it's not that late, but it's 20 past 11. There we go. Bad-mannered. Even if you were about to ask something, that's not how you ask something to someone. And this could be the last game for the teams. Like I said, it's a best of 3. Deciding which one of these two teams will be on to the semi-finals. And let me check if I can already find who they're going to be up against. A lot of fights were still to be decided. Ah, I know who they're going to be up against. They're going to be up against Life in the finals. The winner, or the semi-finals rather. So tomorrow... Oh, wait a second. We're going to first have a hook shot in. Pasto. TP's coming in. They're trying to save his life. Phase shift helps out. Pasto will still die. In comes Slave. Looks for the open wounds. Get disrupted first. There was one fly. Still taking a lot of damage though. Might still die, but that would be a worthy trade. There we go. Gave his life. Very brave. And Slave gets forced back. They forced out a lot of TPs for that. And that's kind of worth it. That's kind of nice for TTD. Of course, they rather would have not have that Clockwork dying. Fair enough. But, okay trade. To just continue my previous train of thought, like tomorrow is going to be starting off with the semifinals starting at 1800 CEST time. There's going to be 2 semifinals. That's why they're called the semis. And the first one is going to be between KP and Empire. Second one is going to be between the winner of this best of 3 up against Life. Now we have Skype problems. Will be sorted probably soon. But that's that. That's that tomorrow. And the finals, of course, after that one. I might cast one of the semi-finals depending on how many English casters there would be otherwise, as I'm casting today, because there's no other casters for this. There are no other English casters. There's German for this one, actually. So yeah, Life up against the winner of this one. Actually, I'm expecting Toby to cast KP for his Empire. Therefore, if nobody else cast it, I will be casting the winner of this one versus Life. So it's good that I see a bit of maybe well, a bit of the one of the players that will play there. So pause is unpaused. Baguette resumed the game. The go has been said. Looking for action. Jacko might find it. Harasses Puck away. Gemini attack. Send him on his way. Force staff picked up by Mag. He almost gonna use his Animators as well. Might want to move. Did you want to move towards the jungle creep? Take the experience there? No, he doesn't want to miss the farm. I don't blame him. But he needs to move right now. 6 seconds. In the meantime, hook shot up. Crystal Main, you're so dead. Tame a while with the last hit. Frostbite Steel, but always want to fly. We got indeed the initiation going with the hook shot up on that Crystal Main. Rose backing off. In the meantime, Jackal with the double damage rune. Looking for a way in. Looking for Slave. Gonna go for it. Force stop forward. There's the ice wall as well. He invests himself into a crypto, but this is an enemy creep. And he will be out of there in just a moment. There goes the infest out and the impale. That's a kill. And comes Voya with the last hit. Slave helping out. In the meantime, TP out from Mag is able to make that happen. But they just lost their one of their most farmed heroes on the map. That's a failed gank for you. And people protecting their lifestealer. Lifestealer still taking a bit of damage with that flare, but that's okay. In the meantime, they want to go for the Crystal Main again. In comes the puck. Dream Coil up on 3. Nice Sunstrike. Shadow Demon with the last hit. Dream Coil ends. Tamer Wild backs himself off as well after stealing a bit of damage from Pasto. But it's not that much. TP actually gets cancelled. I thought we just was TPing out. Oh well. They do get a Crystal Main only though. Nothing else. I guess they baited out Dream Coil, which is nice. Nice Sunstrike up on that Crystal Main though. And an eye on the tower for Mag as well. Making sure that there's not going to be any extra gold going the way of Baguette. This is the first tier 1 tower to go down on the side of terrible, terrible damage. I can't get over the fact that their name is terrible, terrible damage. And not only is it an awkward name, but also like it doesn't really roll off the tongue. TTD doesn't, you know, doesn't flow. EIZO Cup flowed a little bit better. EIZO Cup. I was used to saying that. Shadowblade up on the Nature's Prophet. He's been in 9 out of the 13 kills, by the way, which of course is pretty decent to do. As a Nature's Prophet, you just send your ulti and you have an assist, but it's still pretty nice for him. Mag in the meantime, looking for some tower damage here. He will be getting stopped though, or at least Nyx Assassin comes in. Impale only hits up on creeps. Crystal Main tries to force out the push as well. It's just 2 supports hanging around here. Might be enough, but whoa, that's a Radiant Courier dead. We're gonna find soon where that happened. We're gonna first see if there's gonna be a hook shot in. Yes, there is. Almost wanna fly. Catches it. Catches Voya. Spike Carapace is there. They're gonna be able to catch the Crystal Main first though. Static Link is still gonna be there. Voya will be the next target. He actually gets himself away with a Vendetta. Tower will go down. No deny there. In comes Oh, Marsu, but Marsu went invisible as well. They don't have any detection. That's very painful, and they lose the Weaver on the bottom lane again.
Dire's
That is more
middle tower
painful than
is
you can
under attack.
imagine. And the courier died at the ancient spot, making his way over to the Weaver. Jackal's Ogre Club was in there. Ogre Club that would help him get his BKB ready. That's a big loss for terrible, terrible damage. I mean, yeah, they got the tower, which is awesome. But getting a Crystal Maiden only and losing Jackal for the second time this game and losing the courier with that as well, that's very painful. It's too painful, actually, in my opinion. But we'll see how they can deal with that one. We have got the gold graph still in favor of terrible, terrible damage. Not by that much, though, still. 20 minutes in, 2k gold in favor of TTD. You can neglect that. Experience graph goes down towards the 0 line. I mean, Baguette got 2 kills out of that one if you look at just pure numbers. And Crystal Maiden isn't even that bad of a level. I mean, level 8. Still lowest level in the game, but can be worse. And also, of course, I mean, they killed off 2... they killed off the Shadow Demon and the Weaver. Weaver level 13. You get a lot of experience from killing off that Weaver. Still Invoker highest level in the game, though. Who, by the way, also picked up an Ogre Club. Now, normally I say, like, when someone picks up an Ogre Club, I'd say, okay, he's going for BKB. But he is an Invoker, so he might just be setting up for an Aghanim's to get more spells off. In comes Jackal back on the bottom lane. Be forcing Slave away slightly, but in comes the puck, blinking himself in. Open wounds there as well. Jackal, he has a time left. Uses it, tries to get himself out, but gets stunned there by that Dream Coil and goes down. That is a one dead, a Weaver for the 3rd time in a very short period of time as well. And this is more troublesome than even before. In comes a Vendetta hit, goes up on We Just Dig, takes a lot of damage, goes down. Crystal Maiden helping out Sunstrike, and Hookshot will kill off the Crystal Maiden. But Tame My Wild already dead, always wanna fly, tries to TP out, won't be able to do so. That's 4 dead across the map. And yes, I do count the Weaver for that as well. The only one that lives is Mag in the mid lane, who is indeed building for BKB. Never mind that. Never mind having an Aghanim's. He wants to have that BKB ready. Still highest farmer on the map, but they're quickly losing ground here. 19 to 13. The gold graph starting to plummet slightly. Experience graph, well, that's dropping like a rock. Down to the 4k mark in favor of Baguette. And all of a sudden, the Invoker that was supposed to be getting ahead of everybody else with levels is actually on even ground with the Lifestealer. Lifestealer who hasn't died yet, who's been in 9 out of the 19 kills. He's got 4 kills for himself. In comes Jackal again in the bottom lane. He knows that there's no puck around there right now, so that helps him out slightly, but he should be really careful. He still wants to have his BKB, of course, but he goes for BKB rather than for a Lincoln's. Did still pick up the Ring of Health. Maybe he wants to have both still, but then you're gonna have the trouble. Like, okay, you know what? Awesome, double protection. Just have a Lincoln's and a BKB. But where's your damage gonna come from them? Is it only gonna come from the damage that Tame My Wild is gonna suck from other people? Because you can't really count on that. Puck, why are you taking so much damage, Puck? Just creeps. And your damage is not gonna come from Mag. Your damage is not gonna come from the Clockwork or the Shadow Demon. Looks like they're using Always Wanna Fly as bait here. Always Wanna Fly really wants to have his level 2 ultimate. But with this smoke, they're not finding anybody. And everybody's on the top lane. They want to take down the tier 1 towers. The last tier 1 tower is still standing on the side of the Radiant. In comes Razor. Tries to chase him out. TP in from Mag as well. Static Link already broken though. They will be able to deny this tower. Actually, they won't. They're not yet in deny range. Basher up on the Lifestealer right now. And this could be Baguette looking for a fight. They're going for Roshan first though. Double damage on Puck helping out as well as Nature's Prophet, who actually has got his Hand of Midas off cooldown right now, but he'll give up the extra experience for a little while. The cooldown for a Roshan kill. Not too bad. We've got a Gem of True Set picked up by Mag. And the BKB now ready up on the Weaver. Now there's 2 BKBs up. Is it actually 3? Yeah, there's 3 BKBs up that are still on 10 seconds, I believe. Nobody has used them yet.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
No, nobody used them yet. So, 3 BKBs, that will be a surprise for Baguette, or at least will be something that Baguette might not be aware of. Might not be taken into account, or at least they'll have seen a little bit of them. But all of them might not be the case. But we'll see how much they can do with it. Looks like we might see them looking for a fight. In comes Nature's Prophet, TPing in as well. Open wounds up on Table Wild. Link is already going to be there. He turns on his BKB, looking for the next target. Hook shot in. Mag already getting silenced up. Turns on his own BKB. What can he do though? He's getting bashed. He can't do anything. He goes down. Nature's Prophet drops as well. Table Wild, he's drained a lot of the damage from someone. Is able to get some damage done. Crystal Main goes down. 3 for 1 so far. They only lost Mag on the side of TTD. Table Wild now gets another open wounds. Tries to go for it. Lifestealer gets himself a kill. Mega kill streak. Opens up and almost on a fly. Gets a first hit bash. Almost on a fly. Can't do anything but run. And can he even do that? He can. Because down go open wounds. Never mind. There's no rage anymore. He's armlet toggling for his life. In comes a puck. Looking for Ouija Zig. Buyback on the clockwork. Looking for a flare. In comes a flare. Look for the flare. In comes Jackal as well. The flare misses, but Jackal is here. Looks for the Lifestealer. He armlet toggles though. He lives. Jackal knows he cannot chase. Maybe he can kill off the Nyx Assassin instead. Nyx Assassin doesn't have a Vendetta for another 5 seconds. He only needs to stay alive for another 5 seconds. Looks like he might be able to do so. Jackal. Hook shot misses. In comes Lifestealer again. Almost want to fly. He just popped back. Goes down again. And in comes the Vendetta. Looking for Jackal, who's completely out of mana. Drops a gem. I'm not sure why. Because he can't destroy it. And it will be Pasto that takes it. That means that everybody died. Nice phase shift. Good job. Mag runs for his life. Won't be able to do so though. Goes down as well. That's a team wipe twice. I mean, that's Mag dying twice. That is always on a fly dying twice. All of a sudden, like 16 to 25. And Baguette. I mean, yeah, they had their Nyx Assassin die, but he bought back. Fine, they had the Crystal Main die, he bought back. I mean, they had a couple die, but they win that fight by a long shot. Gold graph jumping back and forth, but will end up in favor of Baguette. Experience graph will show a little bit more clear. This goes the way of Baguette. Surprised, going toward the 10k experience, and we see that back in levels. Level 18 right now up on Lifestealer. Killing off Mag twice, which is the highest level hero on the map on the side of TTD, is giving a lot of experience. And of course that Hand of Might is keeping Marsu up in terms of experience as well. And this is looking sad for terrible, terrible damage. How are they gonna get back into this game? Normally I would ask that to my co-caster, but I don't have one. So I'm gonna, you know, spam some knowledge on you if I can, which I probably can't, but you know, bear with me on this one. Jackal needs to farm up, needs to get some damage items, otherwise they can't fight. They need some damage. They need a mechanism. If they're gonna team fight like this, they need to have some endurance. But who is the target to build a mechanism in this case? It might actually be Mag. Because Ouija Zig is not getting enough farm. Always Wanna Fly is not getting enough farm. What's our team fight items gonna be? Maybe even Tame Out Wild, who is going for drums first, who actually has them complete. We just need a little bit more farm. And we just had a very long team fight. Either more farm or get a perfect initiation with our clockwork. I mean, this fight was initiated by Baguette on the top lane. Pasto with an infested Lifestealer on board. Looking for a target. Can't find it for now. 2700 gold in his inventory. Looking for a hex. We'll be getting the regen rune. Moving on to bottom lane where already Nature's Prophet is pushing out. Nature's Prophet who already has a side device. And of course that... Oh, always Wanna Fly. I think you're dead. Hello. Bye. So that's an ownage call. That's 5 kills at the, like in a row. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that there's, of course, I mean, there's gonna be 2 sides of vices up, right? Fair enough, that will be there. But there's also 3 BKBs up on TTD, so they're actually able to dodge some of those for a while, if they're fast enough. But it also means that if Pasto or Nature's Prophet are fast enough, they can get those sides of vices done before the BKBs go on. We'll have an Abyssal soon as well on the Lifestealer, I would think. That's gonna make those infest bombs even more deadly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In the meantime, I mean, I just went over what I think that TTD should do to get back into this game. What should Baguette do to try and keep this game together for them? Continue doing what they're doing. Try to find pickups, try to find fights, try to keep the split pushing going with this Nature's Prophet. Trying to make sure that TTD is having to move around all the time, everywhere. And I guess so far so good. Oh, are we gonna have a hook shot for Crystal Maiden? Nope. I'm not gonna try it. I mean, they're still farming up a little bit. Lifestealer still hasn't died yet. He probably wants to... Oh, keep it that way. Awkward mouse control. Thank you. Marsu might be in a little bit of trouble. In comes a hookshot. It misses though. There goes the dust. They see where he is. Teleglink is there as well. In comes the Nyx Assassin. Gets disrupted. Hex up and almost want to fly. There goes Nice Cogs though. Interrupting the TP out. Sunstrike will be there as well. And that should be turning into a kill. Marsu can't escape. Can't run. Will take down Shadow Demon before he goes down himself. Voya will go down as well. If there's just vision, Team Wild can't find the vision. In comes a plasma field. It does almost get him. In comes the impale, but that indeed got the kill going. Open wounds up on Jackal. Time lapses himself out, but gets bashed anyway. Takes down the Crystal Main, but goes down himself as well. Was want to fly. Forced up into safety. Mag puts down a ball, slowing down the Lifestealer. They need a lot of damage to take him down though, and he actually infests inside the Forge Spirit of Invoker himself. Clockwork goes down still on the other side of the fight. Tema Wild opened up with open wounds. In comes Puzzto, and down he goes. Or actually fast enough. He's very fast with those face boots. Looks like he is fast enough to get himself away. Mag also fast enough. Yes, Abyssal is there up on Slave. In the end, Baguette actually losing 3 heroes, but they got Jackal again. They lost their 2 supports. It's really not that big of a deal for Baguette. They got themselves another win out of that one. Nature's Prophet, of course, died with that. But it could have been worse. And they get ahead in gold. 5k, 14k experience. Marsu gets himself out. No detection upon Mag. So can't really go for it. And this is looking like a totally different Baguette than what we saw in first game. From the little that we saw of the first game, to be fair. By the way, Jackal. He's been in 5 kills, and he's got all the 5 kills himself. He doesn't have any assists. He's not much of a team player, Jackal.
Invisibility.
Mag. Or sorry, Slave. 8-0 to 8. Hasn't died yet. Been in 16 kills. Wait a second. Impale, Jackal, Hexed up, Vendetta, you're dead. Voya with the last hit with his Vendetta level 2. Almost level 3 actually, Vendetta, because he is level 15. And a little bit. Oh, Mag. Oh, Mag. 4 staff. Oh, nice Dream Coil dodge though. There goes a BKB. Tries to make himself invisible. Can't really do it just yet. But BKB turning on is enough for him for now. Let's see how far they can get here. 5 heroes of Baguette here in the middle lane. 4 heroes of TTD in the middle lane because they don't have a 5th at the moment because Weaver is still dead. BKB of course on cooldown for Mag. 50 seconds more. Tower drops. Baguette, are they gonna back off or are they gonna see how far they can get? They don't have a Dream Coil. They don't have a Vendetta. But they might just be able to pick off some stray members. In comes the Infest out. They take down a Shadow Demon already. Looking for the next target. One's on a fly. Gonna get hexed up and killed off. Double kill going the way of Slave. In comes the Crystal Maiden. She goes down. Tema Wild trying to take down whatever he can. In the meantime, Slave already got a triple kill, killing off the Invoker as well. And now he goes for Tema Wild. And that's an ultra kill for Slave. Only 1 hero left alive. Which is the hero that they already killed off at the start. Which is Jackal's Weaver. But an ultra kill for this Lifestealer. 12 for 0 for 8. He does not share. He'll take everything for himself and he'll take the tower as well. Let's see. Yes, he does.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And down goes the gold graph and the experience graph even more so. So 1 set of Rex completely gone. Luckily for TTD, they can't really rotate to a different lane because there's still tier 2 towers standing there. But Baguette will probably be looking at those towers next. Tier 2 bottom looks to be the case for Marsu, who's already bashing on the creep wave that's incoming there. 2900 gold up for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's off.
Let's see. Roshan first. Why not, right? Why not? Water for me, by the way. There goes the Aghanims from back. Just needs about 320 gold. Let's see if we can get that in time. Like, the downside of having 3 heroes that need quite a substantial amount of gold is that, you know, if nobody's really getting it in a lane, you have to share it later on. And at this point, the control is completely in the hands of Baguette. They've got wards all over the place. They've even got a ward in enemy's base. And they're just starving TTD. I mean, TTD need more time to get their heroes up to speed, to get their heroes up to farm. And in the meantime, their lanes are getting pushed out. Their jungle is not even safe to farm in. And they can't really find any pickups either. Maybe they can find the pickups on the Nature's Prophet, but he's playing very safe. There's gonna be 5 heroes on the top lane, so he better be safe. But they can't really farm by themselves. What's that? Wow. Infested puck. He's gonna get a Shiva's guard just straight off the bat because he can. Nature's Prophet pushing bottom. See if he can force some people from the top lane. He knows that there's people top. He just took a tower for free. In the meantime, on the top lane, nothing is really happening. As in, TTD is not really getting anything in return.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Next assassin. He might be walking right into a trap, but the TP out for Tamer Wild's already there. Jackal's gonna be his target. Blink forward. Hex is there as well. They know where he is. They sprout him up. In comes the BKB TP out. Should be enough unless there's an Abyssal fast enough. Slave can't get in range though. Not with that sprout there. Always wanna fly. Hiding. Because he can. Because he can. Top lane, last tier 2 towers still standing on the outsides of TTD. Are they ready for the push that's incoming? They do have a Desolator up on the Weaver, like I said. They should be building some damage. They did. Thank you. At the same time though, Baguette's also building stuff, so, you know. See how far they can get. Tower goes down. Still have Puck sitting on the top lane, by the way. Probably should be starting to TP out soon. Because I don't think that Baguette's gonna play nice. They might be waiting for the top lane to push out. Might be waiting for someone to overextend while that's going on.
Homing in.
Like for someone to try and take down Slave, and then in comes the rest of the team trying to save him. They just profit, just continue to split, pushing unhindered. First step forward, Tornado, can they get him down is the question. BKBs get turned on. Cold Snap there as well, he hexes up one, tries to TP out, won't be able to do so, and they get him down. Nicely done. In the meantime though, that was the go signal for the rest of Baguette on the top lane. They take down Tamer Wild already, who was on the wrong side of the fence right there. And with that, they're able to make a start on the tier 3 tower. They might not be getting as far as if the Nature's Prophet was there, but they get quite a bit. Well, not in the tower, but they get their Tamer Wild, which is an important target. He didn't get his BKB off in time, by the way. Here comes a Hex. Mag in a lot of trouble. Dream Coil there as well. Mag goes down. Open wounds. First step forward. Can he get himself out? I don't think he can. Baguette, they're just in this. They get this. Ooh, he has to run though. But Static Link already broken. Now Tamer Wild. Physical damage. Won't get stopped by your BKB. And he will go down as well. Gem of True Sight drops as he goes. Jackal BKB tries to run himself away. Shikushi's forward. But Pesto already there. Can he actually get him? One blink, one orb. He knows where he is. That's a kill. That's a wipe. That's a GG. We knew that was coming. So we are going to have ourselves a third game between Baguette and terrible, terrible damage. We're going to see if there is going to be, or which one of these two teams will be up against Life. Let's see who it's going to be.